There's a question at the heart of American history, one that wasn't answered quickly or easily. What happens when people come to a new land for religious freedom, but then deny the same freedom to others? In early America, that question led to exile, punishment, and even death. And yet, out of the struggle, something remarkable was born. A new idea that faith must be free. And by the end of this story, we'll see how people, once rejected, became the reason religious freedom exists for all of us today. When settlers came to America in the 1600s, many were searching for religious freedom. But freedom didn't always mean tolerance. In colonies like Massachusetts, the Puritans built communities centered on faith, but they expected everyone to believe the same way. If you stepped outside those beliefs, you weren't just different, you were dangerous. Some people couldn't stay silent. One of them was Anne Hutchinson. She challenged religious authority. She spoke openly about faith and believed individuals could have a direct relationship with God. And for that, she was put on trial and banished. She wasn't alone. Across the colonies, Dissenters, people who disagreed with the established church, faced fines, exile, and persecution. But their ideas didn't disappear. They spread. One of the most important dissenters was Roger Williams, a preacher, a thinker, and a man of deep conviction. He believed something simple but powerful, that faith must be freely chosen, and that government should never control it. For those beliefs, he was banished from Massachusetts in the dead of winter. But what followed changed American history. Roger Williams founded Rhode Island, a place where people of all faiths were welcome. No forced belief, no state church, just freedom of conscience. It was one of the first places in the world where that idea truly lived. Around the same time, another group began to arrive, the Quakers. They believed that every person carried an inner light, that God could speak directly to each soul. No need for priests, no need for ceremony, just stillness and truth. They believed in equality, they rejected violence, and they refused to bow to authority that they believed was unjust. For that, they were persecuted. In Massachusetts, Quakers were jailed, whipped, and in some cases, executed. Then came William Penn, a Quaker and the son of a wealthy English admiral. He was given land in the New World, and he used it to build something different. Pennsylvania, a colony based on tolerance, fairness, and the belief that people of different faiths could live side by side. Penn treated Native Americans with respect, buying land rather than taking it, and people came. Quakers, Baptists, Lutherans, Catholics. For many, it was the first time they could truly worship freely. By the 1700s, the colonies were changing. No longer one faith, but many. No longer enforced belief, but growing calls for freedom. The idea was taking root that government should not control religion, and religion should not control government. When the founders later wrote the Constitution, they remembered these lessons: the persecution, the exile, the courage of the Dissenters, and so they wrote something simple but lasting: that Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. At the beginning of the story, we ask a question: what happens when people seek freedom but struggle to give it to others? The answer is history teaches them through hardship, through courage, through voices that refuse to be silenced. The Quakers, the Baptists, the Dissenters, they didn't just ask for freedom, they helped define it. And because of them, faith in America became not something enforced, but something chosen. Thanks for watching, Patriot Hippie. If you enjoyed this story, give me a like. Subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Until next time, peace, freedom, and the American story.